Can you see the item behind me there? That is, in America, what we call a grandfather clock. And it's called a grandfather clock because it's often handed down throughout the family kind of as a memory, a memorial of the family. I don't know how many generations this goes back, but whenever I see it, it makes me think of my grandma and grandpa, sharecroppers in central Missouri, a little town called Lebanon. That's what a memorial is. A memorial jogs your memory. And here in week 3, day 3 in our study of Joshua, starting in Joshua chapter 4, we get this story when they're crossing across the Jordan into the promised land. Joshua has them stop, and somebody from each of the 12 tribes of Israel goes and gets a stone, and they pile it up in the middle of where the waters parted, and they cross over. And they do that because Joshua says, someday your kids are going to go, "What's that, Dad?" Your grandkids are going to ask, "What's that?" And it'll cause you to tell a story. That's what memorials do. I have various memorials in my life. This one reminds me of my grandparents. I have a guitar that reminds me of my brother. He died a couple of years ago of West Nile disease, bit by a mosquito, and died of a rare disease. But every time I see that guitar, I think about my brother. I have a picture of my wife. I have many, many pictures of my wife, Laurel, but I have one particular picture. I don't know why, but it just jogs all the best things about her. When I see it, it memorializes her. And so God cares about us memorializing, not just for us, not just so we can have a walk down memory lane, but it says here in Joshua, so that you can tell your children and their children. It'll allow you to say the stories again. Oh yeah, God was faithful here. So I would ask you today, what memorials do you have in your relationship with God that would cause you to tell your children and your children's children, here's what God did in my life at this point?